Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Nick with Project Central, and today I'm going to show you how I spent the last couple weeks adding some covered storage to my side yard. This is a project I've been thinking about for years. I'm so excited I finally got it done. And even better, I got all my scrap metal organized. So check this out. It all started on a Saturday morning a couple weeks ago. Alright, Saturday morning, a little before 8 a.m. And don't call it a bribe, call it an incentive to help Dad pull a bunch of nails out of some boards. So what we have here is a whole truckload full of used lumber. I've got a good friend in the commercial construction world who, I don't know, once or twice a year they build office buildings, and halfway through they make big changes. So there's always leftover materials, and he told me I can come pick through his pile this week, so I did. I went and grabbed a truckload, but as you can see, a lot of used stuff, boards that need to be de-nailed and separated, a bunch of nails pulled. So I got some donuts for the kids. It's not a bribe, it's a hey, it's Saturday morning, you're gonna help your dad, you know, many hands make light work, that theory. So we're gonna get these unloaded, get some donuts ate, and get some nails pulled. So, is it worth it? Is it worth it to go pick up lumber that's used off a job site, leftovers, whatever? Well, let's check it out. So, if we look at HomeDepot.com, all right. So, if we look at HomeDepot.com, a 2x4x10 is about $7 with tax, and call it $7. I got 30 for free. I just had to pull the nails out. So 30 times 7 is $210. And I've got roughly an hour drive there and back to pick it up. And we've spent about an hour and a half this morning pulling nails. So for 2.5 hours, that's like what, $75 an hour? I would definitely say it's worth it to go make some friends with your local builders. And if you see a giant pile of lumber with a bunch of nails in it, go ask them. Go ask them, hey, y'all done with this? Can I have some? So, anyways, next step is we're gonna set some posts on the side of the house so we can start framing up our covered storage. And I am so excited. Not excited to dig some holes and set some posts, but I'm excited to have some covered storage because here in Oklahoma, the sun wrecks everything, as I've shown you. So, you doing good, Micah?
What?
You're doing good. Alright, looks like we are plumb-ish both directions. Oh, you look at it, that's pretty close. Especially for a post. 94 off the brick, just like the other side. And this way, we are, come on, it's tape's upside down, but you get it. 27'9". from the outside to outside. We're that 27'9" measurement because we've got 3 inches total extra on the outside for the rafters or whatever you want to call them. They're going to go up. So I think our measurements are pretty close, pretty good. Let's get some concrete in here. It's going to dry. It's going to rain for the rest of the week, so I'm just going to pour it in dry. I'm sure that's the hillbilly way to do it, but whatever. Like I said, we just poured it in dry. Let Mother Nature take its course. Over the next week, it'll get wet enough and it'll set up. Not worried about it. Did it a bunch on the farm when I was a kid. All right, I got all the posts set today, tonight. It's gonna rain again for the last time for hopefully a week or two. So I just poured all the concrete in dry. We're gonna do one more quick thing, and that's we're gonna run, I've got a laser. We're gonna run a horizontal laser line so that we can get a good reference, good horizontal reference mark. So we know how high to cut these off because they're all different. So let's do that right quick. All right, so this thing is super cheap, but you know, it does I'll show you over here. It does a pretty good job. So we've got this, make sure I don't get the phone in the way. We've got this reference line. That's gonna be the same flat across all of them. So I'm just gonna mark that right quick so that we have a permanent reference later on once these get fully set up and we can chop the tops off. Breaking out the SDS hammer. So if you've never seen one of these, this is a Bosch version of it. See? The Bosch hammer. This is an older model. They used to make one called a Bulldog that was pretty popular, but I think this is the step up from that one. I bought this maybe a decade ago. This has been with me a long time, and you know what? It is fantastic. If you've never seen one of these, they are really cool. So they got a couple different modes, right? So like this is hammer and drill. This is just hammer. So like I'll use this for like chipping out bathroom tile or doing like light demolition work. It's really good for that. And then it also, switch it over to that one, it has just a drill mode. So if you're like really trying to, I don't know, drill a bunch of big holes, you could get these drill bits that are not just masonry bits, and they've got all sorts of different bits. Let me grab some right quick. Alright, so we've got our regular SDS style, and you can see they're not just a regular shank. They've got like some splines and stuff, so they kind of clip in. It's pretty cool. It's quick attach. But you've also got stuff like there's a little chisel, right? And then there's a little flat bar. This is really, really good for like tile work and demo work. Stuff is really good to invest in. Like I said, I bought this a long time ago, and it's been with me for a while. So the way it works, you put it on a hammer drill, and you'll drill through your 2x4. So if you wanted to attach a piece of lumber or wood or metal or whatever you've got to say, like I'm doing it to brick, but if you had like maybe concrete block wall, solid, poured wall, or even something on the ground, right? So you're installing, a wall in your house, you're moving some walls around. You take this drill, you drill all the way through the board, and you also drill into the concrete. This is just a little depth gauge I've got set. All right, and then what we're going to use, these are called Tapcon screws. Right, I'm sure you guys have seen these before, but they're really neat. You drill the hole just a smidge smaller than the screw, and these will set into concrete, right? Concrete or masonry type products. So let's go back to the side of the house, and we'll start getting some of these boards installed. All right, so I've already got the other side with one Tapcon in it. Just wanted to show you kind of how it works on this end, since I can kind of have both hands.
A lot easier. So all I'm doing is lining the bottom of my lining up the bottom of my board to this row of vertical bricks, and then I'll drill some Tapcons in. But let me show you this right quick. Cool thing about Tapcons is they are kind of a screw, so you can kind of hand start them and they'll stay in place. And then you just take your impact driver with this is a 5/16 bit. There you go, just like that. All right, it's nice and early the next day. Batteries are recharged, mine and the tools, fortunately. Yeah, so today the plan is, I'll give you an aerial view. So today the plan is to finish cutting rafters, deck it, put drip edge on it up here, and then roll out the roofing, and then this part of the project will be done. Yeah, let's get to work. got 3 of the 4. I've got the 4th one made. You just saw it. I haven't got it put on yet. But these are going to get, we're going to knock them down into the ground a little bit so that all the weight is on the foot. And then this afternoon, after we go pick up some more metal from my guy, we're going to come back here, we'll shoot a laser, because each one of these is a little different. So yeah, will be 4 of them, spaced 4 feet apart. That'll give us 12 feet. 3 or 4 feet of overhang on each end will allow us to basically put full sticks of material up here. So I'm very excited. But let's get cleaned up, eat some lunch, and go get some more metal. Alright, I am super stoked about how this thing turned out. Not just the covered storage to protect a bunch of my tools and materials from rain and sunlight, but this material rack. I've been thinking about doing this for years and years and years. And with the current home prices and interest rates, we're going to be in this house for a few years probably. Unless I hit the Powerball. So, who knows, right? But I hope this was an encouragement to you that if you have some house projects you've been putting off for a while, get them done. Get out there, make a plan, buy some material, find some material like I did on this one, and, just keep working on your stuff. Because slowly but surely, it will be perfection. Or some variation of that. But do what you always do, everybody. Take care of one another. And I will see you next time. Peace out.